Welcome to another Explore Everyday Storm Chase. I am now out trying to shoot some sprites. Welcome to another Explore Everyday video, and this is a mismatch. It's about midnight right now. I'm in Woodbury, Minnesota, just on the outskirts of St. Paul, and I am out shooting the Milky Way. Why am I out shooting the Milky Way? Because I went out to shoot sprites on some distant storms off in Wisconsin once it turned dark. Welcome to another Explore Everyday video, and this is a mismatch. You just saw the first sprite I've ever captured with my camera. I did not expect my first image of a sprite to look as if I'm trying to catch it with my mouth. More on sprites later. Wait, hold on. 2 months later, on a random B-roll clip, I discovered I filmed magic. We'll revisit these sprites later. And now, on to the rest of the video. In this video, I didn't only capture my first sprite, I also took a photo of the Milky Way, which has become one of my most viral images with over 3,500 likes. You'll have to stick around to see that shot. Now, on to the full video. Welcome to another Explore Everyday Storm Chase. It is June 10th, and it feels like it might be our first real chase for me here in the Twin Cities area. We are on the edge of an enhanced risk that mostly covers into Wisconsin and Iowa. I am floating around somewhere east of River Falls right now, trying to get onto a couple severe warned storms. I think these are kind of the appetizer for what could come later. Unfortunately, we've remained in cloud cover since an MCS went through last night. So a lot of conditional things have to happen today for this to be a successful chase, and there are quite a few failure modes as well. But we're out in the country, we're out chasing, we have a severe thunderstorm in our sights, so that is target number one for the day. Well, that was a pretty anticlimactic first part of my chase. I just never could catch up to the storms that kind of came up from southeast Minnesota over into southwest Wisconsin here. And they just congealed into one big mess. So they were supercellular to start, but then just became linear. So I gave up on those. There are some small cells developing again down in southeast Minnesota, down by Welch and almost to Rochester area. The first one is coming through right now. It looked like it was strengthening and just weakened into nothing. It's a little rain shower, a couple rumbles of thunder here and there. We have mesoscale discussions in northern Minnesota. We have mesoscale discussions and watches. Not that I'm in a watch right now, but right now everything is moved off. There's mesoscale discussions in Wisconsin. Pretty much everywhere has some type of activity outside of the Twin Cities. That can still change. We still have quite a ways to go under this threat, but as an amateur, I'm kind of losing confidence in what we might see right in and around the Twin Cities. So I'm going to probably regroup, hang out here in western Wisconsin for a little bit more to see if the cells that are moving up this way do anything. So I'm kind of here and ready for them. Other than that, if they don't really look that impressive in the next 30 minutes, I will just head back home and we'll do a regroup. And right now I'm kind of regretting burning half a day of vacation, but there's still more time for something to happen. So here's the current situation on radar that I was talking about. So you can see we have a mesoscale discussion with a watch covering basically all of northern Minnesota. All of northwest Wisconsin is under a thunderstorm watch. We got mesoscale discussions going all the way over to Lake Michigan. And then here in the Twin Cities, here's the line that kind of congealed that I tried to start on. That's what's left of the little cell that I was going to wait for. And now we got a couple cells down by Albert Lee, but I don't think they're going to do much of anything as well. So you can see nothing out in western Minnesota, and really the risk kind of ended as you got to about central Minnesota there, going north and south. So it is regroup time, it looks like. I'm going to limp home. I can even work a little more, maybe not burn a vacation day. But there's nothing going on, and I am probably 45 minutes from home. So hopefully next time we talk, I will be back out looking for a storm. All right, the next couple cells moving my direction. You can see right over here is now the stronger one. It actually has dropped a couple bolts on it. I was going to set up my lightning trigger, but there's just not enough going on with it. So I'm in pretty good spot for it. I believe there's another cell behind the church you can see there. So I'm going to hang out here. These are all moving off that direction, so off to the northeast. So 94 is just a mile up, so I have a good mobility where I'm at here. I can get north, east, west really quick. So we'll see what these couple cells do here. I'm really trying to make this look better than it is. It's really nothing more than a rain shower with maybe a lightning bolt. Eventually, the second cell that was behind the church tried to get its act together with some quasi-menacing clouds. This was by far the most ominous lowering of the day, but I'm not sure there was much, if any, rotation. We've actually had a couple what looks like to be little wall clouds out of these two systems. There might be one over there as the system kind of moves off to the northeast. The most excitement I've had today, and there's really nothing to talk about, so we'll kind of keep floating with this. There is a mesoscale discussion posted for the Twin Cities Metro right now as well, so risk of some more heavier storms. Only about a 40% chance to add a watch, but the night's not over. We got a cold front going to be moving through the Twin Cities here in the next couple hours, so maybe that'll give us the forcing we need. All right, the chase continues. I went home for a little bit, for about half an hour to regroup. We got a storm over my shoulder here down by Lakeville in the South Metro. It is just unorganized, not doing anything. It doesn't even look good on radar. I mean, kind of photogenic, but I don't think it's going to get any stronger than it is. There's another storm up north over Minneapolis right now that's moving east. So I'm going to head back north up towards Woodbury. I'm down in the Cottage Grove, Hastings area right now, and get on that storm. And if this one gets its act together, I'll still have this storm in play, and I can get over to Wisconsin if I need to track this one or the one in Minneapolis. So more driving, let's head north. This image alone sums up the failure mode of the day. You can see the top of the updraft is being blown off to the east. There was just too much upper wind for the updrafts to sustain into a storm. This was going on all afternoon and into the evening. A new area of convection would go up, and the updraft would get blown apart. So this is the storm to the north that I'm going to go try to intercept. It is stronger on radar, So I'm gonna go get that one up by Woodbury, Oakdale. I can get into Wisconsin on 94. Here's the cell, Lakeville that I'm leaving that's coming right at me. I did just hear a rumble of thunder, but it still looks like an organized mess. Got a plane flying right through it, a jet heading into MSP, so they're not worried about lightning or anything right here. So north we go. Well, that was definitely not the day of storm chasing I anticipated. Where I live here in the East Metro of the Twin Cities, yesterday on Tuesday we had a slight risk. Today we had an enhanced risk, and out of all of that, we got about 2 hours of rain, about 5 a.m. this morning. 4/10 of an inch of rain, that was it. Kind of saw some storms today, not really. Nothing to be too proud of. I am now out trying to shoot some Sprites to wrap up my evening. I'm, I don't know, 15 minutes from home. I do have some active storms out over Wisconsin right now, but I have this last bit of clouds blowing through, which is our cold front that came through that really didn't trigger many storms. So now I got clouds blocking my clear horizon while the storms are still firing lightning. So it's perfect clear over here. I got Venus and Jupiter setting, so I'll get a shot of those with a farm that you've seen many times in my videos before. I doubt I'm gonna get any Sprites, but I'm gonna give it an honest effort here. There are some big storms over Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois, about 270 miles away. I just think they're too far away with too much light pollution between me and those storms. But they're off that way. I will give it a try also. I got multiple cameras, so...
So, what you saw at the start of the video, me trying to eat a Sprite, that was it. But it was my first Sprite nonetheless. Talking online to another Sprite photographer, he captured many Sprites that night from the storms over Iowa and Missouri. And now on to the biggest surprise of the day. Shooting the Milky Way with lightning bugs in the last dark corner of my sprawling hometown, Woodbury.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? Right there? Multiple Sprites right there. I can't even believe it. It's 11:15 at night. It's August 11th, the night before the Perseid meteor shower. I got stuff everywhere. I got microphones, I got GoPros, I got my work stuff. Editing a video from back in June, thinking I just had one itty bitty, out of focus, messy Sprite. Watched a video clip that I had not seen, and there is a gorgeous Sprite, clear as day. I'm ecstatic. I went and got the wife out of bed. I'm like, you gotta come see this. You gotta come see this. This like completely made my day. I've got awesome Sprite on video. I don't know how I don't have any on still photos. I was taking this exact direction, but man, getting my first real good Sprite on video here in 2026, way back in June. Man, what a change to how this video has been edited.
Okay, there's one more twist to this video, and this one is definitely extraordinary. So that other Sprite photographer I mentioned, he's got a name. It's Smestad. And after sharing my video clip with him, he went back to his Sprite images from that night and actually found the still images of the exact same Sprites. Two photographers that live 50 miles apart, pointing their cameras at storms 270 miles away, captured the same natural phenomenon and were able to connect the dots. Give Eric a follow over on X for his daily content of meteor, sprites, lightning, and aurora that he captures from his property in southern Minnesota. I've added his link in the description below.
Welcome to another Explore Everyday video, and this is a mismatch. It's about midnight right now. I'm in Woodbury, Minnesota, just on the outskirts of St. Paul, and I am out shooting the Milky Way. Why am I out shooting the Milky Way? Because I went out to shoot Sprites on some distant storms off in Wisconsin once it turned dark. There's also a million fireflies out here, and I always try to shoot fireflies every year. And the whole day started with an enhanced risk of severe storms here in the Twin Cities and east. So this actually started as a storm chase video. So here we are, like 12 hours later, standing in a cornfield. I've got my barns up on the horizon there, one of my Explore Everyday spots. I shot the Milky Way. It's not going to be the greatest Milky Way, but it's there. I'll stack it and see what I can do. There's fireflies everywhere. It's beautiful out here.
Shooting this clip, the sky above me is probably about a Bortle class 5 or 6, which is a ranking of light pollution in the night sky. A Bortle class 9 would be in an urban city, with a Bortle class 1 being in a perfect dark sky location. Here, I'm shooting into a slightly darker sky, but a far cry from a true dark sky location. This is one reason I'm so pleased with my Milky Way image. I also love the fireflies. I call this shot the last dark corner of Woodbury. If I just could have captured a Sprite while taking one of my long exposures of the Milky Way. I checked all 50 or so images and not a single Sprite. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I'll leave you with one last fun shot with some fireflies.